Hello, 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 beautiful people. How are you today? What is going down in your life, in your world, in your heart, in that brain of yours? What's happening? Have you stopped today to take an assessment, a check in how you feel? If you have not, you have checked in your body, your heart, your mind, your soul. Do that right now for about 3 seconds. Just feel yourself and say to yourself, how do we feel today? That's necessary almost every day. 5 million, no, I'm just joking, by at least 3 times a day. If you don't know me, my name is SonjaMarie. Thank you. I'm here to usher y'all in to a very peaceful broadcast. Possibly, maybe, definitely some awesome information in regards to what's happening this week, astrologically speaking. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here. And if you are returning, I appreciate you for coming back. Thank you for being a part of this wonderful village. I think it's a dope ass village. That's for ding dong damn sure. I appreciate you. Please, 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 if any of this information resonates with you, hit up the cash apps below via PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App and subscribe to the channel, please. At the very least, press the like button, the thumbs up button, or share this information with anybody that you think that would benefit from hearing the information that comes through. Okay? I want to say congratulations to the two people, not one. Now, I have some backstory because I just feel like some people are like, wait, what? How did that happen? In regards to the Village Hut Scholarship Fund. Well, let me first say congratulations to Cicely Trotter and also to Maya for coming on into the Village Hut. Now, it turned from 1 to 2 scholarships because somebody was watching our broadcast and was like, I'd like to donate that $800 for somebody to take the Village Hut. And I said, say what? Say rock. Say what? Say City Park. We used to say that. Anyway, back in the day. Say what? I said, and they said, yeah. People are beautiful. There's some awesome, great people out there. So thank you for the two souls that would love to remain anonymous. Thank you for allowing these awesome people to come through and learn astrology via your girl. I really, really appreciate that. Now, I do not know if this is going to happen again. I would love for it to happen again, but it all depends on the generosity of the people out there, to be truthful with you. So thank you, beautiful two souls that have contributed to the scholarship program for Maya and for Cicely. And again, hang on because there may be another one. The Village Hut starts tomorrow, but I will extend it. There's only 4 people in out of 8. So I will extend it till next week. After the 19th, I'm not letting anybody else in because then information starts to roll in and there's way too much backstory. So if you like to come in, you got a week to do that. All right. And then we'll kick it off with you in mind or with you in attendance. That'll be great. Okay. Anyway, thank y'all. I love when good people come together. I love when community comes together. I love when divine energy comes together and things happen the way that spirit intended. That's how I roll. Basically, that's it. Okay. I want to get into this week, y'all, because there's a lot going down. But before I do that, I want to say hello to the folks that are rolling in and I have been patiently waiting, including Roxy. She was up like, Sonia, what's going on? Tabitha Burrows was number 1, though. And thank you for the drum roll. I appreciate you being here and waiting. Both Tabitha and Roxy. Imani is in the spot to be. Latanya Powers is here. Happy Monday to you. And Sweet Tea, what's happening with you, sweet Leo? Tracy Jackson is here and Rhonda is here. Ms. Limitless and Katrina is here. I got your text, sweetheart, and I have a very, very clever response for you. I just saw that, by the way. Melissa is here and Tracy is here as well. What's going on? Our clock and Danielle, what up, homie? I love to see you in the spot. Also, Ayutunde is here. Woo! And Shatoya. Yeah. First and foremost, I can't wait until Friday. How about you? When it's gosh darn Mercury goes direct, I swear I am just like, hands go up, please. Anybody ready for this shit? Yes, y'all. Honestly, I can't, and even in this moment in time, I can't formulate the words to get out to say I'm even tired of what I'm tired of. The thing I'm tired of, I can't even say I'm tired of because I'm tired. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to do my best to take my time today because I really want this information and these downloads to come out effectively. But my brain actually has been foggy. My throat has been all convoluted and it just comes out the way it needs to, wants to. I don't know what's going on. And to be truthful with you, nowadays, I'm just look at people and be like, I know that sounded like Mandarin, but it was really English. And let me say that again. I don't even get upset about it anymore, y'all, because this Mercury retrograde is a doozy. Anybody else? Yep, I see a couple of Y's. But anyway, it's going to go direct soon, and I hope you got a lot out of it because it was absolutely purposeful. Let's start by talking about today. Oh, and by the way, if you have any questions or if you have any comments and you want me to get my attention, please put up a question mark or exclamation point, bold and beautiful in both the front and the and back of the sentence. You see, I'm trying, y'all. I'm pushing through this today. September 11th. And by the way, much love and prayers goes out to the people who have literally suffered through that ordeal. We all have collectively on some level, but a lot of people have lost family members and friends, those that they love. So much love to them as they remember their people today. And much love to the people of the city of Manhattan. I will say this as a quick little squirrel. I remember that time, and I remember being home. I remember being in my bed early in the morning in Los Angeles, and not really knowing what's going on. And then looking at the news after a friend of mine called me, it was like, this shit is going down in New York. And how on the news they kept talking about the skyline, and September 11th, the whole thing. I'm not going to spend too much time, but I just wanted to say this. And I was thinking, like, what the fuck? The skyline, until I went home for my mother's birthday, which is October 6th, that same year, and was flying into Newark and was absolutely thrown by the absence of the Twin Towers and the skyline. So I knew exactly why they were talking about it because it literally looked like somebody picked them out of the ground, those two buildings. So I was just really going to the fact of the enormous gravity of just the sight of the buildings being gone, but also the heavy of the energy and the emotions when I was walking around in Manhattan that time. And I know there's a bunch of people that are sitting back in some type of emotion in this moment in time. So we send light and prayers out to them. I just wanted to say that and say that to you in case you have lost anybody in that situation. Okay. All right. All right. It was definitely a crazy moment in time. But off of that, again, sending light and love and going to the weekly rundown. Today, the moon is in Leo. The moon in Leo will sextile Mars in Libra. So have pride in your partnerships today, personal or business, and actively show appreciation and movement to assist. This may have gone down already. Have you had your assistant or your coworker or your beau, your baby, your spouse, your boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever the case may be, assist you today in something? Maybe assist you in just seeing a thing. Maybe assist you physically in helping you bring something from one place to the next. Maybe assisting you, like I said, in seeing with ideas. Maybe assisting you with a little courage, a little encouragement, a little a confidence, boosting your confidence level in order for you to move. With Mars being in Libra, it says to move. It says to move on a thing or to move on an idea that you feel proud about, that you feel like courageous enough to do, bumped by your partner, again, bumped by your assistant, bumped by somebody who's there to help to carry the heavy load today, just today. I just want to say that I love when the moon and Mars gets together because it's like feeling and right action in alignment. You dig what I'm saying? So whatever you feel that you should do today, here's the real bottom line. Whatever you feel you should do, the moon, in accordance to what your partner may have nudged you to do, go ahead and do that thing because it's going to ignite, again, Mars to put some love, put some energy behind it, put some encouragement behind it. Again, put some motivation, put some progress as well behind what it is that you feel. that may be right for you. Today, also, the moon is in conjunction with Venus. Love that. You know, Venus is going direct right now. So, with the moon and an expression, and Venus, it deals with value and money and all of that. The expression is in alignment with our value. Yep, very up. Express your pride, your love, and your value toward something you worked at achieving. Say the thing, express the thing. Say, yep, this is what I did. This is who I am. You know, today is that day to stand up again for who you are in a prideful kind of way and to get your coins. Like today is the day to double check, triple check. I know Mercury is in retrograde and people are not responding as quickly as they possibly as you would like them to do. However, some never, with the moon and Venus together, there is a possibility, there is a way in which you can at least make some headway when it comes to reaching out to people, when it comes to showing them your desire, your passion, your need, your value, and your worth behind the money that people owe you. Just nudge them a little bit. Send that email again today and go, you know, you owe me, or you know, we have to talk about my value behind a certain situation. Just press, because that expression, that moon, is going to make them feel what it is that you are valued behind or valued with. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Ask questions if it doesn't. The moon is squaring Jupiter today. Even if the blessings or the opportunity don't show up so quickly, don't think they're not coming. Meaning, if you express yourself with the moon in conjunction with Venus, you express yourself about the value, like I just talked about the value that you have and the opportunities. Jupiter doesn't come just as quick as you would like them to. After you expressed yourself, your value and your worth and your love for a thing, don't be dismayed. It's coming. Remember, Jupiter is slowed down right now. The optimism and the opportunities are slowed down in a way right now, in which is giving us a chance, especially this week, to do a couple of things, two in particular, to recognize how unique and dope we are, and to recognize we have to get our heads out of the clouds. The third one is to utilize this Virgo energy that's going to go direct with Mercury, and that this new moon in Virgo is going to show us. So it's really, really important that you do not, in this week, okay, please hear me out. You do not get so emotional and or, again, attached, possessively attached to any outcomes that you think that should be there, like expectations that you have in regards to opportunities or positivity, in regards to how people respond positively versus negatively. You don't have any control over that, because Jupiter has slowed down, and Jupiter is saying, yo, I may not give the opportunity, but I'm taking collections. I understand. I see where y'all are changing certain things on. I see where you see your value is right now. Check, duly noted, duly noted, duly noted. So all the notes are happening, even though Jupiter may not give you what you want this week. Relax. Cuidado. Somebody's watching you. Not necessarily be careful, but relax and just know that somebody is watching you, your ancestors, your guides. Tomorrow, the moon goes into Leo. Any questions real quick? You made it, these delectables. You made it. Thank y'all for listening, because I'm going to run this down. There's a lot of good things happening this week, and it's a lot of Virgo shit. I feel like a Virgo. I'm telling you honestly, for the last couple of weeks, I've been feeling so Virgoian. It's kind of crazy, a little more serious and on point. My goofy's in there somewhere, but I got to get done what I need to get done. Outwork the work. That's Virgo energy for you. On Tuesday, tomorrow, the moon will stay in Leo. That moon in Leo, however, never is going to square Uranus, still going backwards. So do you feel stubborn about the changes because you're overly confident in those areas? Please forgive me in my Mercury fucking retrograde delivery. So, stubborn about changes because you're overly confident in those areas. So here's the deal. That moon in Leo offers up a lot of pride. And because it's going against Uranus is like, I understand you are prideful in this moment in time, because that Leo information prompts that. That Leo feel in the moon prompts that. But Uranus going backwards is saying you still haven't, in quotes, mastered or decided on how unique you should be, how individual you should be, what ways in which you're going to be the rebel, how you're going to stand out, how you're going to grab a thing without permission, how you going to do a thing without people's validation. You still haven't figured that out. So why are you stubborn and overly confident about a decision that you're not even full on? Example, possibly maybe somebody offers you a job situation right now. Like, again, this is just an example and it's very, very general. So somebody offers you a job position right now and you instantly go on the phone and start bragging to all your friends and your family. I got this job interview. I got this job, not interview. I got the position. I got the position. I got the position. I got the position. But somewhere in you knows that you can't fulfill all of that. Your confidence on some level wants to override your abilities today, or your abilities to change and be unique about the thing. So you got the position, however, some never, and you're bragging about it and you're a little overconfident, but are you sure about how you're going to do your own thing? How you sure about how you're going to tweak it your own individual, independent, weird sort of type of way? Are you sure? Maybe not. So should you brag so much? I'm just saying, because you don't know how the results are going to come out. Tweak it, and meaning make sure that if you're going to do a job, if you're given an opportunity in any situation, that your particular stamp is on it. We're not riding trends any longer. True and true. Like, everybody's setting their own trends. Tomorrow, you're going to have to see that. Your confidence has to pull back so you can tweak a little bit and in order to stand out. Thank you, Spirit. Tomorrow also, there are two interesting quincunxes. There's some irritation that's happening tomorrow around our dreams and around our power. The moon will quincunx Neptune, and the moon will simultaneously, give or take a couple of minutes to be truthful with you, will quincunx Pluto, both going direct. So pride in clouding your perception of the unseen and your transition. Please open up to more and different beyond your limited comprehension. I'm so glad I wrote all of that out, because that's the big deal in regards to tomorrow, right? That last sentence, open up for more and for different. Even though we're going through this Virgoian thing, listen to where I'm going, y'all. Even though we're about to go through this Virgoian barbed wire fence of Mercury going direct and the sun being in Virgo and the new moon being in Virgo and all of that shit, pay attention and stay open to what wants to be expressed differently and more, like in a bigger way beyond your limited scope. That's important. Because at the same time tomorrow, Neptune will be cloudy. So Neptune is our imagination and the unseen. So if the moon is quincunxed in the unseen, we're already confused, right? And then the moon is quincunxed in Pluto, which is showing our power in the unseen. Now we're questioning on where we're going. Now we're questioning our power and what our inspiration is showing us. This is tomorrow. And it's only for a brief moment, and it's a little irritation and frustration. I don't want you to put too much energy on this, but I want you to know tomorrow, don't let nobody throw you off your square because somebody can't see the outcome, including yourself. Okay? Don't let anyone take power away from your ideas and the things that you are setting up in an effective Virgoian kind of planning, in organized kind of way, because they don't see what's in the unseen. It's not their perspective, it's not their position, nor responsibility to see what's going to happen in the unseen, nor is it yours. Yep, nor is it your responsibility to know all the situations that's going to happen before you get to your supposed destination. Virgo energy. And I'm going to tease y'all for a quick second, because this is the people and it's the energy. And in this moment, we are all falling under that energy. Virgo energy does not like to do anything if it can't see the order in which the thing needs to be done. Like I say to Virgos oftentimes when I do readings, if it's not following the A, B, C, D order in which Virgo energy sees in its mind that it needs to happen, it will abandon ship if D comes first, and then A, and then here comes C. And all of a sudden, where the fuck G come from? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Some people know how to roll with that and take things as it comes. Don't get frustrated tomorrow when you can't figure out how it's coming and you don't know how it's going to end, and where the fuck is D? I did A, B, and C, and where is D? Calm down. Relax. Don't get caught in that Virgo barbed wire fence. Please and very please. I'm going to go to Wednesday in a minute, but I want to share with you it's not a download, but it's something that happened recently in the last couple of weeks. Like, people do not DM me as much. Maybe possibly because I put up some very interesting boundaries. I like people just hitting me up going, Sonya, I'm a Virgo. What the fuck should I do? Don't do that. Don't do that. That's weird. It's soliciting information for free. Don't do that. And people also email me and DM me with panic. So I'm saying this about, especially tomorrow and Wednesday, and this panic that can come down for us because we don't necessarily see how all of this shit is ending. There is no ending. Let's just say that. Let's get used to that. There is no destination. Can we repeat that? Yes and yes? Yes, yes, y'all. Anybody got access to their fingers on the keyboard? Can you repeat and say, there is no such thing as a destination? Please, exclamation. God is driving this thing. There's no such thing. Okay? The reason why I make that so plain and simple, because when we put that in our minds on the real, then we begin to understand the journey. We begin to have fun and tweaking the journey. We begin to wobble and get out of formation in a way in which, again, feels like, I don't know, it feels playful. It feels like you're literally trying to get your balancing act. Okay, here's the thing. When we do not see a destination, we can, in some way, prayerfully maybe snap into a space in which we have fun in learning how to navigate the ride without someplace actually to go. I think stress arises mostly for most of us, right? When we say, oh my God, I got 5 minutes to get to this place. And if I don't do it in the right time with the right progression and delivery, I'm a failure. Those are human thoughts. It's some weird ass religious shit too on a whole nother level. And the idea of spirituality and the universal thing that nothing ever dies and everything transforms. Relax. We're not in a rush. We're not in a rush to go anywhere, y'all, or to do anything in this life or the next. So this week, there may be some pauses, some weird ass barbed wire fence re-entanglements, and then take out the tangle and then want to place it back, and then it gets all hooked up here, and then, oh my God, I got my skirt caught on the thing. But you got to stay out of your emotions as this reworking is happening this week, is why I'm setting up the analogy. Y'all get me, right? You got to get out of this rework, and so you can receive the blessings that are formulating on the other side. Don't get caught up into what's being reworked and what's trying to frustrate you. Please don't. Please don't. Because Virgo says, listen, I know I come off a little weird. I know I can come off a little nitpicky. I know I can come off like asking the same questions over and 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 over again. I know I pick lint off of your shirt. I know I'm just trying to be, you see where I'm going? Virgo is a pain in the ass in that type of way. Listen to where I'm going. Thank y'all for the 17 thumbs up with the 38 people in here. I don't know. The other people don't like what I'm saying. That's some New York bully shit. Y'all don't like what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand what I'm doing here? I'd love your thumbs up if this is resonating with you. It absolutely lets YouTube know that I'm doing my job. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't let me bully you. I'm just being playful. In any case, sometimes that Virgo energy, and I'm being facetious, but I'm not. Like I'm not on your back, Virgo people, but I'm saying everybody got some type of shit that's gonna get on your nerves. And Virgo energy has some type of shit that's gonna get on your nerves because it's always so detailed and it's always about, oh my God, it has to be exact, right? This week, I want y'all to react or be in the space of that Virgo energy of reorganizing as opposed to stopping your steps. I know I said this a couple of weeks ago. I probably said it last week because Virgo season is really a doozy this season. It really, really does not want you to get into panic. People are DMing me like, I don't like this space. I don't like this barbed wire fence. I don't like this indecision. I don't like this nervousness that's coming over me. I don't like the fact that I can't make a decision right now. I don't like the fact that everything is in disarray and it's disorganized and I can't get my bearings. This is information I'm receiving. I don't like that there's 16 things that I need to do, and I literally want to sit here and don't do one of them. Are y'all you may actually be riding through this retrograde period with fucking flying colors. To be honest with you, I'm enjoying it. Even though it's really a doozy and it's fucking with technology, and the Village Hut is going to start without my website being up, by the way, if you notice that. It's not up because it's going through some tweaks. But at the same time, I'm personally enjoying the sifting. I want y'all to enjoy the sifting. And don't let Virgo's exactness get on your nerves, because it can actually spin you the fuck out, especially Gemini and Sag. If you have Gemini, Sag, rising, sun, or moon. Okay? Okay? All right. All right. All right. I know I took a long time to say all of that, but I wanted to get that out. I really, really want to get that out. I want y'all to utilize this. Is some good energy. It really is, if you, again, can back away from the need to push everything according to your own egotistical plan. That's it. Wednesday, the moon goes into Virgo, as we know. The moon, before it goes in, well, when it goes into Virgo, it will be opposition Saturn. There's a new sense, or I should say, a new sense of order and precision needs in balancing with spiritual discipline. I wrote that all fucked up, but I'm explaining it. With the moon, with this new moon energy, because, no, my bad. Wednesday is not a new moon. That's on Thursday. But the moon will be in Virgo on Wednesday. It's going to be opposite Saturn going reverse. So the new moon is this elbow right here. The new moon is bringing in, slowly but surely, this new moon information in Virgo, which I'm going to explain in a little bit, to help to balance out what Saturn's challenges, and saying, hold on. Here comes the barbed wire fence. Here comes the need to reorganize. And as we do that thing, balance it out with the disciplines that you've had about spirit. Balance it out with the disciplines that you've acquired about spirit, about your fears, about these lessons that have been coming up. Balance out this newness in Virgo that's coming up with all of this restricted Saturn energy that wants to teach you to control yourself. You see how that works? Actually, everything I just said had everything to do with that balancing of the moon and Saturn, because Saturn, especially Saturn, deals with control. Again, boundaries, restrictions, confinement, right? And as this new moon energy in Virgo is coming up going, oh my God, all these barbed wire fences, Saturn says, okay, in order to untangle these barbed wire fences and stay on point and utilize the blessings that are about to come for you, Saturn says, remember the discipline and spirit. Remember your meditations. Remember the lessons that you've been taught over the last couple of weeks. Remember how to, remember, again, prayer. Remember your dad's information. Remember the spirit world. This is all Saturn in Pisces. Remember your need to be compassionate and understanding towards folks. That helps to balance out this new organization and these new opportunities that are coming in your life with this new moon in Virgo. I'll explain in a minute. This makes sense? Yes, y'all? I hope so. On Wednesday, the moon is actually, there we go, it's in conjunction with Mercury retrograde. So use words, thoughts, and plans to support, not tarnish your new direction. That's why that's why we spent time manifesting last week. Walking on back. Okay, use words and thoughts to plan. And plan to support your not tarnish your new direction. So this new direction and this new moon in Virgo that's coming on us, right? Literally, that energy is about to come in alignment, not opposition, I'm sorry, come in alignment with a conjunction, meaning the moon and Mercury is going to be on the same accord, but Mercury is going retrograde. So Basically, use the thoughts, the plans, and the information that Mercury has been mulling over the last couple of weeks or so, right? To help you, to move you through all the manifestation that you was putting out last week, all the prayers that you were putting out last week. Why? Because Jupiter is in Taurus, and because Taurus took over last week. And Taurus, if you go back to the video, man, I'm trying to tell you, God is dope. If you go back to the video, somehow, some way, Spirit sets me up to set you up, and then sets me up too, because I got to listen back to him and be like, oh shit, we talked about that. But the manifestations piece last week was like, stay in alignment, stay in the feeling, stay knowing that your opportunities are going to be yours, even though it's going backwards, Jupiter opportunities, even though it's going retro, stay in that space. Well, on Wednesday with the moon in conjunction with Mercury retrograde, it is saying, because it's in Virgo and in alignment with Taurus, Jupiter in Taurus, they like each other, it's saying, remember the plans. Go over the plans again. Go over the things that don't work or do work. Remember, do not invite homeboy who used to be your ex-lover to the party, or to an office situation in which you don't want him to be there. Again, it's a Mercury retrograde situation. Mercury retrograde, old lovers and old situations always come back. So here on Wednesday is a chance to utilize what you learn, i.e. possibly maybe the fact that you can't always invite certain friends or certain people into a situation, into an office party. You understand what I'm saying? Because X, Y, and Z for whatever reason. But you've come to that point over this last Mercury retrograde is the point. I hope y'all get that. Mercury retrograde taught you some shit. On Wednesday, it's going to ask you to apply that shit. How about that? Especially when it comes to you manifesting where you're about to go. Establish the things that you've learned in Mercury retrograde. Oh, God, I hope I'm... I hope that resonates with y'all. Y'all like my t-shirt, by the way? Squirrel. Those who dress better can receive Christ. Amen. This is absolutely a Basquiat. Just want to let y'all know that. I love Basquiat. Did y'all know Basquiat was a Capricorn? Yep. That shocked the shit out of me. I looked his chart up. This is a definite squirrel. I looked his chart up and I recognized that he had like about 3 planets in Capricorn. I think there was something in Pisces, but there was also some Uranus shit in his first house, which makes him the weirdo. He comes off as the weirdo, right? He don't look like a Capricorn. Capricorn's men, for sure, are always like stuffy. Stuffy from a controlled, kind of like responsible kind of stuffiness, right? Basquiat don't look like that. Anyway, I thought I'd share this t-shirt with y'all in case y'all was wondering what the hell it said. I love Basquiat's humor. Okay, I don't know what y'all talking about on here. Tatiana says she loves it. Cool. Any questions? Thank you, sweetie pie. You said if you're not stuffy, you just look good. Rob, but on some real shit, you know I love Capricorn men, though. I really love Capricorn men. Y'all don't look, I mean, you're not stuffy. You're just responsible. I used the wrong word. Y'all could just be real serious and responsible. Unlike the way Basquiat looks. That's my point I was trying to make. Anyway, let's move it on to Thursday, because Thursday is that new moon in Virgo at 21 degrees at 9:40 p.m. Now, if you're into astrology, past village hut people, please look up to see where 21 degrees Virgo is in your chart. That's where these new opportunities are going to come for you. Now, what new opportunities? New opportunities in a Virgoian way. Possibly, maybe, as I look at my notes, new opportunities can come to you under the guise of physical exercise, of diet, of work and your job, efficient organization, clear discrimination, helpfulness, order, and relaxing perfectionism. That was a list for you. These new opportunities, new moon in Virgo always offers up the list that I just gave. How is that going to fly in your life is the real question. Do you need to offer up, or I should say, usher in new opportunities for a better health regimen? Like for real. Squirrel, I've been taking hot yoga. I am in love with yoga and swimming, by the way. That's how I regulate my health, and I get my mind and my spirit intact. From whatchamacallit, since COVID, I haven't been able to do group class yoga classes, and I love yoga classes. It's very inspiring to me. That's a whole nother story. The bottom line is I started doing it. And I was like, whoa, this must be a good thing. Some Virgo, new moon, Virgo energy. Yep. It fell right into my second house. That makes me feel worthy. You get what I'm saying? New moon information. Where's that new moon falling? Is it falling in you? Is it prompting, I should say, for you to get started again on your health regimen? Is it offering up an opportunity for you to start doing yoga, for you to start going to the gym, for you to start hiking and walking and taking in the elements? You did? Is it up for you to new moon in Virgo, offering up a new job? Now, not a career. If you ever have a reading from me, I will always make a note that your career and your job, what you do on a daily basis, is two different things. Absolutely two different things. Today, or I should say with this new moon in Virgo, we're talking about job. We're talking about work. We're talking about the thing you do on a daily basis. How is that changing, and or new opportunities coming into your life to change in that way? Literally. Like your schedule. Is your daily schedule changing? Is your job changing? If you're an entrepreneur and your daily schedule possibly needs to change, maybe possibly you need to work out in the morning and then work. Or maybe you got to pick up the babies at a particular time and then go to work. Maybe you got to work first and then, see where I'm going? Your daily schedule needs to change in order to accommodate the new opportunities and the new things that are coming into your life. How about order? You have new ways in which you can stay in order, stay in, I don't want to say perfectionism, but efficiency. Efficiency is awesome. Like, even though I am an incredible artist, and again, I'm bringing myself up a lot today, please forgive me. But the bottom line is that I feel like we need to all kind of come together in some things, in some ways, and say there are times in which we really, really work more, again, efficiently, fluently, with more confidence, if it's in order. Some people, and that sounds so general, some people are a mess on a lot of levels, right? However, does your mess have some type of structure that it can work for you, and you can start implementing some plans once Mercury goes direct, signing some contracts? Like, how you gonna put this new moon energy, how you gonna newly organize your life in order for it to work for you differently? If you're that person that says, well, it didn't, I mean, it worked for me like this before, but could it work better if you do something different? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. One last thing, possibly, maybe, in regards to, you have new coworkers coming into your life. You have new paperwork that you have to fill out, handling details. There we go. Critical thinking. These are all like, look, subheadings of what's new that could possibly come into your life. How about you need to have different, or I should say, a new type of focusing. You need to focus different, right? Shut it down quicker. What I mean by that is, like, maybe go to bed a little earlier, maybe wake up a little earlier. There are things in which we need to change with this new moon in Virgo energy, and what we do not only on a daily basis, but how we work, how we execute things. And the reason why I believe this is coming so strongly, and I'm repeating myself over and over and over again, is because we have garnered new things in our lives. These eclipses came, you understand what I'm saying? North Node in Aries, we are looking for the new. That means our paperwork, our organization, how we discern of things needs to be new. It can't happen the same old way, y'all. And we have to focus differently. It can't happen the same old way, y'all. Well, I used to drink a 6-pack of beer every day before I go to work. You can't do that anymore. Maybe that 6-pack of beer is weighing on you now. If not in your gut, on your memory, and you can't remember certain shit. Again, this is just examples of changing things up in order to garner a different result. Not destination, but result for the thing that you want to achieve in this moment in time. It's legit a new world, LB. It's legit a new world. Thank you for saying that, and I'm repeating it. That new moon in Virgo, it trines Jupiter going reverse. Oh, shit. So all those things I just listed, Virgo style, new information coming in, is going to try, or I should say open up opportunities that are being reviewed. New way of organizing helps you to decipher. I don't know what the hell that word is. Decipher something that works for you. Everything that glitters is not gold. Oh, it just okay. So the basically is like this new moon information, all things Virgo that wants to come in is offering new sights, new opportunities on this Jupiter shit, on your blessings, on your skittles, on your rewards that need to be reviewed as well. Recognize this though. Possibly in your reviewing, you'll notice that some things are shiny. Some things are like, oh my God, I can get $100,000 from that. But then think about it. Really understand. Did you, for instance, let me just give an example. Okay, somebody comes to you and offers up a new way of you running your business, right? That new way actually will possibly maybe give you results. Oh yeah, possibly maybe deem results in ways in which you felt you needed in the past, right? That you were this type of person in the past, right? And these, and as you're discovering, as you're going through this detailed new moon and Virgo energy, looking at new ways to decipher a thing, you come across Jupiter's blessing, one of them, as, oh my God, I remember doing things this way that garnered me $100,000. And Jupiter says, wait, hold on, it's glittering. It glittered in 2000. It glittered in 2015, but not anymore. I think I'm saying the same things in a different way. But the bottom line is that all the things that you may be reviewing may seem like it's glittering. Is it glittering because it used to glitter that way? Or is it glittering and is going to actually help you in this new way? I hope that makes sense. Ooh, that sounded so fucking convoluted in Mercury retrograde. Oh, I can't wait till this shit is over. I just want y'all to be, I hope y'all understand that. I want y'all to be on guard this week again, looking at these Virgoian ways of deciphering things. And with Jupiter in particular, you got to make sure that as you are deciphering things in a detailed way, that glitter is going to work for you. That gold, that blessing is going to work for you. And if it's not, throw it back. Let somebody else have it. You got it, Rabbi Rob? Thank you. I appreciate that. You're only one person out of all of these folks, but I really hope it hits somewhere. God, I feel so cloudy. On Thursday, the moon and the sun will conjunct naturally. That always happens during a new moon. Remember, the moon and the sun does conjunct. They're shining in the same light, the same vibration. The moon and Uranus will trine. Newness supports the changes, the individual and the weather. Newness supports the changes, the individual and the weather. So that new moon in Virgo energy, of all the things that I listed in regards to changing your diet, your job, your daily activities, your efficiency, all of that shit, right? Somehow, some way, it helps to change the individual. It helps to wake up the rebel. It helps to wake up the different things that you want to do in your life. It also is affecting the weather in a great way, like the actual weather. I know that sounds weird and like, how is that a good thing? It's a good thing, to be honest with you, because that's a whole nother conversation. The earth is shaking us. The earth is like, get it together. That's all I'm gonna say. So as it's shaking us and changing things around, it's absolutely going in alignment with its damn self. Uranus's weather, that's how it's doing it. So we'll see more changes in regards to the weather. That's for sure. This makes sense. You always get what I'm saying. I appreciate that. On Friday, the moon goes into Libra at 1:44 p.m. and Mercury goes direct at 4:21 p.m. Yay! always celebrate good times. Come on. Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum. Thank you, 36 people, for being here. I appreciate you. Please share and like and comment if you like in the little thread going on right now. If you're new to my channel, that's how we do. Or come back and comment later. I'd appreciate that thing. You can hit up the Cash App and the Venmo and the PayPal below, just in case any of this information resonates with you and it hits you in a place that you can grow from. That helps me help you, help me continue to help you. Mercury is going direct. This is the last Mercury direct of the year. Absolutely, it is. Yay! Did you know that Mercury goes direct at least 4 times a year? My bad, 3 times. Sometimes it happens 4 times, right? But guaranteed 3 times. It's natural. It needs to. Understand that, because it has to slow our brain down in order to collect the information that we just got when it was going direct. To have to slow it down, assess the information, and then move forward. Imagine if we was on Mercury direct all the time. We would be on fire, running into brick walls and shit. We got to ascertain the things that we receive in our brain and shit like that, so we don't blow up, you dig? So it's going direct. It's going to help to get rid of all this cloudiness and the things that we've been feeling. And I mean, I should say the things that we've been tripped up on. Again, I don't want to repeat myself because y'all know what Mercury retrograde is about. So it's time to move forward in Virgo kind of way. Like, okay, we got the information. Everything's in the row. Now let's go. However, there'll still be 5 planets in the sky. So remember, you were still reviewing Uranus's individuality, Jupiter's abundance and prosperity, and religious information, spiritual information, and Skittles, which means of rewards and awards. Also, Neptune is going backwards. So our dreams are keeping us on point, spiritual revisiting on some level, and resparking our imagination. Pluto is still going retrograde as well, recalculating our power and transformation. And then lastly, Saturn is going retrograde, also telling us and revisiting our fears and lesson, and telling us how do we need to get through our daddy issues. Okay, that was a quick little rundown. So the bottom line is that on Friday, as Mercury goes direct, what are the things that we learn and how we're going to implement those things? The moon is in opposition to what the fuck is that? Neptune. See your dreams for what they are and apply new moon strategy. Neptune going reverse is bugging us out in a way in which it is reevaluating our imagination, reevaluating everything that we can feel and we can't touch. With the moon being in opposition to that on Friday, it's going, yo, these new moon information is like, yo, this information that's coming up through Neptune and our dream time and our artistic abilities. Yo, let's do something different with that. Let's formulate that different. Let's compartmentalize that different. Let's put some details on that. These new dreams that are coming through. Oh shit. Actually, I do want to create a new, I don't know, picture frame. I do want to create, let me see how to do that detail like new moon and Virgo energy, do that in a way in which I can pull the inspiration from the ethers and make it actual. Boop. There we go. Friday, that new moon in Virgo, it's still going to be a new moon vibration, will trine Pluto. There we go, going retrograde to reclaim power and transformation. Let's go. See, so after this week is weird, because it starts off like I expressed on Monday, us feeling like, okay, getting down with our partner. And on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, here comes the increasing entanglement of the barbed wire fence and Virgo energy, until Virgo new moon says, wait, don't get entangled. Just look at it from a different perspective and let's detail, like organize in a way that can work for you. Oh, okay, I'll be patient. Let's do that thing. And then when Mercury goes direct, it's like, now you got all the thoughts. Now you got the planning. You got the information and the words. Let's go. Let's go. And how about this? As you go, as you feel this new moon information, you're going to feel a little bit more powerful in that. You get your stance again. You feel the need to transform further. Okay? The moon, and to stand up to authority figures. Okay? Because Pluto's about authority too. The moon is also quincunxing Saturn going reverse. Irritated by your fears? You should be used to that shit by now. That's what I put in here. Always choose you over your boundaries and your fears. Always choose you over those restrictions, those weird ass restrictions that come up. And what I mean by that is that, listen, I do not want to minimize anybody's fears with this statement, but y'all all know that these fears are so unreal. These are things that we hold back from ourselves. Again, especially Saturn, it's the fears that we hold back from ourselves based on what our father did or did not teach us. So what are those fears that you are still, again, on Friday, irritated by? With this new moon information coming in going, no, we need to redirect. If you get irritated by this new moon Virgo information telling you to assist, telling you to service, telling you to change and or reformulate a particular thing, then possibly maybe you still haven't gotten over your fear and you haven't gotten your lessons in regards to what your dad was showing you. That's what that's showing on Friday. Like, for real, sit down, everybody, in this moment in time or sometime today, and pick out the top one or two things in which your father in some kind of way irked you in regards to teaching you. How did they, here's a real question, what did they leave out in regards to their education? Let me say that again. What did they leave out? Let me say that again. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my God. If y'all can see what's in my mind, I feel Spirit's influence come through the ethers. And then as I feel it come through the ethers just now, all of this fucking barbed wire shit was coming into place. That was so weird just then. Spirit says, how about you look at what your dad lacked, not only teaching you, but made you afraid to go through. Your dad, your father, tripped up on something and made you afraid. Your father forgot to tell you, forgot to protect you in some area of your life, and it made you very, very frightened. Again, why are we getting irritated by that on Friday and throughout this week when we know that Virgo has come to save the day? Virgo says, hold on. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Don't get too emotional about it. Let's look at this shit from a logical, rational situation and understand that we have to get stronger on different things in order to move past this fear. We also have to organize certain things in order to move past this fear. You see what I'm saying? We also have to do things on a daily basis a little bit differently in order to organize this fear, in order to manage this fear, because managing your fear can absolutely help you to move through it as opposed to always running from it. Squirrel, I was talking to a friend the other day, right? And I was talking to them about addiction and how sometimes this ain't for everybody. So please do not take this as some type of homework assignment for you to do in regards to your own addictions. I do not want to be responsible for that. But sometimes when it comes to particular addictions or things that you feel so frightened by, oh, I can't eat, I can't go to, let me use a really ridiculous example, but hear me on this. I can't go to In-N-Out. If I step into the building of In-N-Out, oh my God, I'm going to eat 17 hamburgers. Or if I walk by In-N-Out, In-N-Out is a very famous West Coast chain of hamburgers here. And you can smell them motherfuckers from down the street, blocks away, because they're supposed to be good with their beef and they make it fresh and all this, blah, 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 right? But they do smell good sometimes. Anyway, I can't go into that building. If I go into that building, oh my God, dealing with the fear, dealing with the boundaries, sometimes possibly, maybe, depending on who you are. Again, I'm not suggesting it's for everybody. Walk in that building, stand there, smell all you need to smell. Possibly, maybe, if you address those fears, if you walk into that situation and you go, you know what, I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to see what happens if I actually do try this thing. I'm going to walk into this situation and see. You stand in the building and you go, you know what? I don't even want In-N-Out. The smell itself is filling me up so much. Understand where I'm coming from a spiritual, from a psychological perspective. Is that we run from our fears because we think that they're going to take us down. The expectation is that they're going to kill us. But if we walk into the building, if we walk through the fears and you come out on the other side and you go, you know what? Actually, it didn't hurt me that bad. That's what that shit is trying to show you on Friday. That these new moon opportunities that are coming through you, Virgo style, is asking you to face your fears. If you don't, you'll be frustrated. Sometimes you just need to go through it and punk it and say, let me see what happens if I actually spent the night at In-N-Out. Does this make sense, y'all? I know my analogies can be sometimes a little weird. Speaking of weird, on Friday, the sun is trining with Uranus going retrograde. And the words I put, shine, weirdo, shine. Be different on Friday. That ends that day. Be different on Friday. Thank you, Latanya Powers, for answering that question. And thank you for being here. On Saturday, the moon goes into Libra. The moon is in conjunction with Mars. Mars is in Libra. So do the do for your boo. And I really just put that there. I put in quotes, do the do for your boo. Why? Because Mars is in Libra. Libra's about partnerships, business and personal relationships. When the moon is in conjunction with your partnerships and its motion, it means you want to do for your boo. So on Saturday, get together with somebody, not necessarily a friend, but a partnership situation, whether it's your boo, your beau, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or your business partner, or coming together like building dreams together, literally on Saturday. Just, brainstorming. And how beautiful that is. If the week is setting you up with all of these brainstorming opportunities and for Virgo energy to put you back on the rational, logical side of things and allows you to assess all this mental activity and what's happening, right? On Saturday, it's like, okay, get with somebody and express those things now. Let's build. Let's see where we're going from this moment in time. You see how all this shit adds up? And if you don't ask a question, I want y'all to see the perfection in our universe and how it just adds up. And it helps us to get where we're going, even though we may have to take a little dip here and there. We're still moving forward. We're still moving forward. So get with a partner that day and express to them what it is you want to move in, how you want to be inspired, how you want to add to the good fight. Mars is about fighting, confrontation, physical movement, sex. Possibly, maybe it's a good day to get down on it. I'm going to need somebody to help me with that, though. Oh, anyway. Saturday, the moon, I was about to go somewhere totally different, but I'm not doing it. Saturday, the moon in Libra will absolutely sextile Venus. Oh, that's awesome. Saturday is a day. Passion, desire, sex. Yup. So again, can somebody help a sister out? Bring them to my apartment. I'd appreciate that. So the moon is conjuncting Mars. Mars is sex, movement, anger, confrontation, physical activity, motivation. And the moon is sextiling Venus. Venus is love, desire, passion, you understand, money, value, and worth. And they all working together under the guise of Libra. That's a partnership little salad right there. That's a lot of desire and emotion and expression with someone else, whether it's a business person or your beau. You get what I'm saying? Share that on Saturday. Share that. It's necessary. On Sunday, the moon is still in Libra. That moon is going to quincunx Neptune. So, remember your prayers to release any type of confusion. That's really all that's going to be said. The bottom line is that quincunxes shouldn't be taken too seriously because we can manage them a little bit better. Manage them better than squares, that's for sure. Because quincunx is just a weird irritation that you really can't control. So get over it is the point. So pray so you don't get off of that high that you just had with your partnership. The moon being in Libra is quincunxing Neptune in regards to prayers and spirituality. That irritation is coming from your partner, but you just made love with them the day before. You just had all this passion. You just had a conversation with them about all the money that you're going to make in this business opportunity as their business partner. So now on Sunday, you're a little irritated by the fact that their dreams don't match up to yours, or you're a little irritated by the fact that, the plan hasn't been flushed out all the way. You understand what I'm saying? And you really can't see it clearly. Don't get irritated. Just let time show it. You understand what I mean? It'll work for you. Trust and believe. The moon is squaring out. Squaring. It'll work for you. Let me finish that thought because Saturday was so powerful. And this irritation on Sunday with the moon and quincunxing Neptune won't hold ground. So don't let the irritation override yesterday's pleasure, the day before's pleasure. I hope y'all got that. All right. Finishing out on What is this? Sunday, the moon will square Pluto and Venus will square Jupiter. What's this? The moon squaring Pluto. A partner may feel slighted because they put their all into something for you, or vice versa. You put your all into them, and they have no control over your decision. Surrender to their own journey. So maybe you spent all day Saturday convincing your beau with some pillow talk and a nice little lovemaking session. Possibly, maybe we should move to Costa Rica, or we should do blah, 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 blah. And here's all the reasons why, honey, as I give you this last kiss on the cheek. And then on Sunday, what happens is they come back. Your partner comes back with, I don't know. I think I want to do it like this, honey. Maybe we should go to Costa Rica for the first 2 years, or rent or something. Come back with a whole nother conversation and or opinion. And now you feel powerless because on Sunday, Pluto was threatened, squared by that partnership of the moon in Libra. You get that? Try not to feel bullied or punked, so to speak. People have the right to have their own opinion and their own position, their own understanding and perspective of a thing. We all do. And I'll be honest with you, with all of my Leo energy, that's been a really hard lesson to learn for any Leos out there. The expectation of that people should and could and would follow what you say and do what you say because you're so passionate about it. It's not always 100%. People are going to do what they want to do because of what they want to do and because of their own life's journey and their own fears and their own successes, blah, 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 blah. So on Sunday, please don't get thwarted by the fact that your partner is like, nah, I kind of want to rethink this Costa Rica thing. Let's talk about it a little bit more because I don't feel sure in this. You understand what I'm saying? Allow them to have that thought and response before you blow up into an argument that doesn't make sense, because the moon squaring Pluto can absolutely go to argument territory. Always the moon squaring Mars is like an argument. Or always a Mercury squaring Mars is like an argument. But when the moon squares Pluto, it's not only an argument, it's a goddamn blow up building situation. Yeah, it's past an argument. It's let's obliterate the whole thing. Fuck the whole Costa Rican idea anyway. I don't want to move to Costa Rica anyway. Wait, hold on. We just had made love and was talking about the night before. Why all of a sudden? Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself, okay? And I'm really, really harping on this because you spend all week preparing and then has some juicy moments with your partner or a business partner. And now all of a sudden you want to end on some technicality. The fact that you don't feel like the boss, don't worry about that. You'll be okay. You'll have your boss moments. Share the control is the point on Sunday. Also, lastly, Venus squares Jupiter going retrograde. Watch your coins and someone devaluing your motives. You know your intentions. That's all that matters. People like to, tell you why you did a thing. You ever met people like that? You did such and such and such because of X, Y, and Z. Oh, I did? You was in my head. You was there when I did it. Why would you say that? Because you did it before like that. First of all, stop judging me on what I did 2 days ago or 2 years ago. And secondly, I can change my mind. You know what I mean? And thirdly, just because you think that should be done or should have been done doesn't mean that I'm going to do it. I'm a whole nother person. On Sunday, somebody may check you on that. You understand what I'm saying? Devalue your whole situation. Basically, like I just said. Did I just say it? They don't necessarily know your intentions. They're looking at your rewards. They're looking at your what comes up or what did come up after the fact in the past. You dig? They're valuing your situations based on what happened in the past, based on the rewards that they are revisiting. Tell people absolutely on Sunday that you, if not are a changed person, you are changing, and your value system looks differently nowadays. So don't question my intention when my value is different. Let me prove myself to myself first, and you'll get a little bit of that. You'll see where I'm going. I'm not proving myself to you. I'm proving myself to me. And when I prove myself to me and doing things differently and garnering a different respect, a different results, then you'll see that. You'll see my intention behind that, but don't fight people on it. True and true, because remember, Pluto is squaring the moon that day, so it can blow up a situation. Just know who you are based on the intentions that you were born with. Don't let nobody question you in that. And if they are questioning you, sometimes you don't even need to defend yourself. Just say to them, you'll see. Does that make sense? I'm out of this piece. Anybody want a quick read? Sun, moon, and rising? I hope, honestly, with all the information that I gave today, that this makes sense for somebody, somewhere. Again, this feels like Virgo energy all week long. And I feel like a Virgo, but not really. Oh boy. I'd be a little bit more organized if I was a Virgo. But I do feel like some Virgo Bob Wire shit happening in my head right now. So I want to make sure y'all getting all of this clearly. I want to read one or two people. So if y'all want a quick little read, please post your sun, your moon, your rise up. And again, if any of this information resonates to you, please support a girl by hitting up my Cash app, Venmo, or PayPal. It's in the description box below. I'd really appreciate that. It's been lit for this Virgo. All right, Miss Limitless. Yay, and happy solar return. I'm so glad, Roxy. Yvette, I don't know what's what, baby. Scorpio, Cancer, Leo. In what order? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rise. Is that the order? Please specify. Always informative. Thank you for your words. You're welcome, Linda. I appreciate that. Again, sometimes I only question it because I get downloads, and especially in these moments, all this retro energy, and I'm like, the fuck, did that make any kind of sense? Okay, Imani. Rising sign, Aquarius. The sun is in Leo, and that means your moon is in Aries, right? I love the fact that your sun and your rise is opposite. Why? Because your rise always, well, the opposites, as y'all already know and may not know, and you have a week to jump on be the last one of the last 4 people in the village hut if you want to learn. The link is in the whatchamacallit below. But here's the deal, in the description box below. Here's the deal with that opposition piece is that whenever anything is on the rise, this is what I would teach, is what you attract. So your Aquarius rising is attracting all things that the Leo needs, whether you know it or not. And I said whether you know it or not because it's the opposite energy. Leo and Aquarius is opposite. So your Aquarius rise attracts all things that are based in humanitarianism, that are for the good of other people, that helps you have less confrontations, the things and the relationships and the people that you attract and what you put out, because that's your rising, right? In Aquarius, less confrontations, humanitarianism, you're definitely a rebel. And it feeds the Leo sun in you because the Leo in actuality needs to see the humanitarianism in people in order to feed your sun. Does that make sense? Why? Because Leo is all about self. Leo is self-centered. That doesn't mean that you're selfish. It just means that it's about Leo. In order for Leo to get the shine, the Aquarius says, pay attention to others too. There's the balance. So the Leo in you says, I want to be able to shine, but the best way for you to shine, again, say it again, is to shine by seeing other people, by working with other people, by understanding, by having compassion for other people. This is a big deal. This is why I'm going ham on it. You know why? Because your moon is in Aries. And your moon, your emotional nature, doesn't give a fuck about other people. When your feelings are hurt, when you are mad and you're upset, even when you're happy and you respond emotionally, it's always about Aries. It's always about, oh, I did that. It's always about, oh, I feel good because of the things that I did. And because, oh, I'm not going to do that because that's not going to benefit me. It's important that you understand that your rising is really working hard for you to look like a person that does care. Yo, Imani, does that hit? Do you get that? I just want to say that, like, really, I love the 3 configurations on so many different levels, and I don't want to get all involved into it, but that's the one thing. That's one of the important things, is the fact that you are learning in this lifetime to be about others and yourself. and to also be that frontline person as well. I know you don't think you're a fighter, but you are a fighter. The rising doesn't make you a fighter, but you are somebody who loves to confront situations. But again, it's sparked by emotions, which would be a little hairy. Confront situations with calm. Learn how to do that, please. You will have the opportunity, especially with Pluto going in Aquarius real soon at the top of next year. I want to give you a little bit of a warning, and then I'll go to the next person if somebody else put up their three big obvious. When Pluto goes into Aquarius and it flies into your first house, honey, life is going to go upside down in the best way possible. But Pluto is all about transformation, 180 degrees of what it is that you are going through in this moment in time. Now, I'm going to say specifically what it looks like is first house shit. It looks like your identity. It looks like what you wear. It looks like again, your wardrobe. It looks how you look, like literally how you look. Facelift. I'm just saying, not to say that you will get a facelift, but I'm just saying how you present yourself. That is what's being transformed. That's going to be an interesting little challenge in the next couple of months. And the reason why I say that, honey bun, is because people are not going to be able to handle you the same way. Does that make sense? Imani, you understand? People are not going to be able to take you a certain way, and you are going to present in a different way too. You got to get used to that. And the moon in Aries can't react every time somebody doesn't understand. She has to control her emotions so you can move through the transformation. Because if you're moving through the transformation, beating everybody up for not understanding how you are transforming, by the time you get to the change and on the other side of it, you may not have nobody around to celebrate with. And that's some real spit. Because I'm going in a whole nother direction. Because when Leos want to hold back and withdraw information based on their pride, they can absolutely be loners. I'm just saying. Because you don't want to show people where you fuck up and where you don't want to fuck up. How you made somebody mad and what you should have done differently and how that moon in Aries responded. Now you got to eat crow. You don't like doing that shit. You hide out if you have to do that shit. Please don't do that, especially with Pluto coming in that first house. I know I just said a whole lot, Imani, but hopefully you followed me, girl. Ooh, that was a lot. Ooh, Imani. Y'all let her go crazy. Am I right on? Thank God. And thank you for receiving it. Yep. Yvette, Francis, thank you for reiterating. Your sun is in Scorpio, your moon is in Cancer, and your rising is Leo. Let's go. Your sun is in Scorpio. Thank you for being a brave Scorpio soul. Scorpios don't like to be read. I want y'all to know that. The few that are on here that ask to be read, you're either really, really trust me. You either really, really trust me, or you've been on this channel for a little while and you kind of know I'm not gonna go too deep. Or you're not gonna say nothing, to be truthful with you. You're not ever gonna put up your information. So Yvette, thank you. And thank you, Roxy, too, for allowing me to read you as well. She's the only other Scorpio that I know. Oh, and Ashley, thank you, Ashley, for trusting me as well. If I get Scorpio trust, I'm doing something good. Y'all know that, right? Because Scorpios don't trust nobody. Let's start with that. Scorpios don't trust not a damn person. And then she got a Leo rising too. Okay, first of all, your rise and your sun are squared. Who you are, your sun sign, and how you present yourself is two totally different vibrations. The Leo rising in you, by the way, is very similar to mine. I have a Leo rising. Makes you very outgoing. It makes you courageous. It makes you back people up. You know what I mean? With your vibrato, with your bossiness, with your expectations. You understand? With your shine. Like that Leo rise is a big I was going to be poetic. And in some level, I guess this is. But it's a big song to sing. And sometimes people don't want to hear the words, the lyrics, the music, the breakdown, the fucking arrangement. Some people don't want to hear that tune. When you have a Leo rise, they don't give a fuck. I'm trying to tell you. Here's what's interesting about that, though. You put all that information out, but the Scorpio in you really would like to respond in a totally contrary way. You don't really want to be found out. You don't really want to be out there. The Scorpio, again, doesn't trust other other people is what I really want to say. So oftentimes Scorpios are very observant and pull back. So it's kind of like a weird ass oxymoron that your Leo energy goes out and demands all this attention. And then the Scorpio is like, nah, I was just playing. I don't really want your attention. Actually, leave me alone. Why'd you call me? Because, bitch, you walked into the room like, what's up, everybody? That's why I'm coming over and talking to you. And now the Scorpio don't want to talk? What the fuck? And then your moon in Cancer is like, well, we at least have to be nice. Let's be nice. Let's be caring. Let's give them a hug. Let's ask them how their mama doing. I'm almost finished, Mystic. Let's ask them how their mama doing. I like that you have that moon in Cancer. I really, 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 really do. Because she helps to basically, in my mind, I heard you say, why? Because she helps you basically to kind of exist and correlate with the Scorpio. The Scorpio needs a little backup, emotional backup, because that Leo is out there running rampant, attracting all kinds of attention and information, and literally being standoffish too. Leo rise can be very, very standoffish on some proud shit, and that moon in Cancer goes, yeah, we're proud, but we're also loving. Yeah, we're proud, but we also take care of your kids. Yeah, we're proud, but we'll also make you something really good to eat. You understand what I'm saying? Like you back it up with some love and some mothering, which is necessary. Watch that moon in Cancer sometimes too, because it can get on a trail of complaining. Moon and Cancer people complain because they want their expression, or I should say their emotions, to be heard. Always. And if they can't, they're not being heard on a regular basis in a healthy way, then they can come off as complainers because they, again, have to be heard. This is what happened to me. Oh my God. Okay. So make sure when you are splaying your emotions on people, number one, it's to somebody that really gives a fuck about what you're saying. Otherwise, you get your feelings hurt if they turn around and be like, bitch, I don't care. You know what I mean? So make sure your emotions are landing in a safe space. And the Scorpio in you will definitely make sure that they are reliable and trustworthy for that information, that safe space information. Yvette, I hope that makes sense to you. I really, 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 really do. LB said, been trying to do a couples reading, but guess what partner it is? Oh, Latrice. That's funny. I love doing couples readings. You know that. But to the other folks out there, with your children, couples, you and your children, you and your mother, you and your father, you and your best friend. I love hooking up with two people. I mean, doing a reading. I'm polyamorous. No, I'm just joking. All right, let's go to this card and get the heck on out of here, y'all, because it's been over an hour. 17 minutes, and my puppy gotta go pee. Dakota gotta go pee. Bears pee in the woods. Y'all remember what movie that's from? Dakota gotta go pee. Let's pick up this. And he is a Scorpio. I remember that. I think if you're the right person. All right, y'all. Missed it? It's okay, boo boo. Oh, how old should the child be if it's a child's if it's you and a child's read as a couple's read? I'm gonna leave that up to you. It depends on the comprehension, the level of comprehension and understanding that the young person will have. Mainly, they can kind of get these concepts around about preteen, like 12, 13, But again, it depends on the maturity level of the child. You know what I mean? If you think that they can get it, then I definitely will do it. But here's the other thing too, is that when I do do couples reads with children, I do have a way of speaking to them so they get the information. I dumb it down a little bit for their understanding. So around about 12, 13, 14 to answer the question. All right, let's get to this card. Thank y'all for showing up today. Thank y'all for entrusting in me again and again and again. Like, it means everything. It's beautiful to know that there's somebody that's relying on you in some kind of way. I just want to say it like that. I know I'm no one's guru, prophet, or motherfucking God, But I do know that there's at least one person that's saying, Sonia, can you help me make sense of what's going on in the sky right now so I can feel a little better? And if there's one person on YouTube or on Instagram that feels that way, that gets me getting up every morning, or I should say on these Mondays after the weekend, and sharing this information with you. Possibly I could get paid from it. Yes, there's a nice little capitalistic end game, but at the same time, I'm not sparked nor motivated by money. I'm really, really not. I just want y'all to get this thing. So thank you. I really, really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I can't wait to see the Village Hut people tomorrow. Okay. Here's the card. Great Mother, Father, God. Compromise. God, I love this card. It's a tricky card and it's very, very simple, but that's definitely necessary. Mercury freaking retrograde is definitely necessary for this week. Why? Because remember, we're going through the end of this Mercury retrograde review. Remember all of this information, weird, particular, detailed, rational, logical information that oftentimes runs under the, the heading of compromise. Does that make sense to y'all? I'm not really saying my words properly. But Virgo energy, let me just put it like this. Virgo energy, whether you're a Virgo or not, we are all under this Virgo energy right now, can dupe us to believe that compromise and over compromise is rational. And rational and logical information is what Virgo energy thrives in. Does that make sense now? You don't want to overly compromise your position in order to achieve some type of logical result. Because at the end of the day, it's going to leave you out. Does that make sense? Ooh, this is so appropriate. Bust this shit. Let me read it so you can really get it with my glasses. Lord of mercy. In the courts of ancient Japan, the male attendants were often selected from the ranks of petty criminals who were castrated. Because of their intimate familiarity with the activities of the court, they were often at the center of political and social intrigues and exercised a great deal of power behind the scenes. The two figures on this card remind us of the sleazy and conspiratorial situations we can get into when we compromise our own truth. It is one thing to meet another halfway, to understand a point of view different from our own and work towards a harmony of the opposing forces. It is quite another to cave in and betray our own truth. If you look deeply into it, we usually find that we are trying to gain something, whether it is power or the approval of others. If you're tempted, beware. The rewards of this type of compromise always leave a bitter taste in the mouth. Ashe. Now you know where I'm coming from and how this represents and or can represent and become a little confused with Virgo energy. Because Virgo energy will absolutely justify compromise as a need. However, compromise is relative. You got to know how much you are giving of yourself in order to meet another. If it's taking you totally out and you're not receiving what you need and your heart is not fulfilled, don't betray yourself, please and very please, is what the message is saying. It's way too much information this week to decipher, but definitely don't leave yourself out, is what that's talking about. Remember you in the equation. All right. All right, y'all. I hope that helps. Stay true to you, right, Melissa Jest? I love you, sweet Virgo. And I tell you honestly, I'm going to tell you one day, that hug you put on me leaving Costa Rica, I'm going to talk to you about that hug one day. I needed that. And thank you. And I love you. And I'm announcing the next 7th annual, good God, retreat in a couple of weeks. Better get your coins, y'all. We leaving this motherfucking country again. Love y'all and have an awesome day. Remember, don't compromise your truth, all right? All right. Adios.